Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So the other night, so when I started our Patreon, I think I've told you about this.
You did.
So we did this thing, since it's the whole 2 bananas for sale thing, that people could give us $25 cumulative. So it wasn't just like one person; it could be any number of people, as long as it ended up to $25. And we would eat. I was doing a quarter of a banana, but Co was doing like a bite of a banana. But same premise with something on it. We had like a wheel we'd spun, and it had like horseradish and ketchup and
Did you find something
ranch.
delicious that you were not expecting?
Actually, I did. Oh yeah, I'll tell you. I didn't even think about that when I started the story. I was just going to tell you about, because I'm allergic to citric acid, and so bananas are one of the things I'm not supposed to eat. And when we came up with this whole thing, it's about to be nighttime before you run off.
I'm gonna take my bed this way.
Okay. So I learned a couple things. So I ended up eating 6 bananas total that night, in a 3-hour window, and I wasn't in good shape after that. My mouth was just itching really bad in the corners, and it like affected parts of my body that I didn't expect. Like I just kind of got itchy all over. I probably should have took a Benadryl or something. But someone was talking about the next day.
The banana, you think, not one of the secret toppings?
No, yeah. Secret toppings did not. I mean, it was all things I had in my refrigerator that I eat on a regular basis, but just not with bananas. The horseradish was probably the worst. That or the mustard. Though actually, the more I ate the mustard, the less it. I think it was after all the horseradish. I think some of my senses kind of got deadened. Honestly, the ketchup was probably the hardest to eat without just wanting to puke. Ketchup and banana do not go well together.
Doesn't sound like a great combination.
I think it might be the vinegar in the ketchup that makes it worse. Because Co had barbecue sauce on his. I didn't actually have that. And he was saying that was worse for him, but it seems to me that's similar to ketchup. So yeah, it wasn't great. But after the next day, someone was like, I didn't realize bananas have citric acid in it. So I just Googled it, like, does banana have citric acid? Because I was going to link them to it, like, here you go. And they don't. So I don't actually know what I'm allergic to in a banana. I'm allergic to something because it fucks me up, but it's not the citric acid.
Potassium.
So I must have I don't think. I mean, there's other things that are high in potassium, right?
And you can't really be allergic to potassium. Your body needs potassium to function.
Okay.
So
right. I mean, doesn't your body need some things that some people are allergic to, though? Not that I'm saying I'm allergic to potassium, but
I mean, in a way, yes. But you can't really need something you're like really allergic to that's going to kill you. Like potassium's naturally occurring in the body. Like your body keeps it. You need to have a certain level of it. If you didn't have it, you would die. You would go into cardiac failure.
Really?
So okay. There's not really a way you could really be allergic to potassium and still like be living, as far as I understand. I'm not like super allergen understanding nurse, but
right.
when I heard about this little girl a long time ago that was allergic to water, which doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm not sure if it's true.
That doesn't
one of
sound
those, like tabloids.
Because isn't your body like very much
Well, yeah,
water?
but isn't that the same thing that you just said about like your body needs stuff, but can't you be allergic to it? Well, that's the same concept.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. But so one of my toppings was sriracha, and I'll say that sriracha and banana, I enjoyed it. It was quite good. I would eat it. I mean, well, I don't know if I would choose to eat it, but I didn't mind it.
I mean, does it just get rid of the banana flavor altogether, though?
Well, you know what? Maybe it did.
Sriracha?
Yeah. Maybe that is a good part of what. Yeah, maybe.
Which
you're
is
right
delicious, by the way. So I understand why you wouldn't mind eating it again. Like I get that.
Yeah.
But
funny thing was, the day at lunch, I ended up going to a barbecue place, and I got a dessert. I wasn't even thinking what I was doing.
I got a banana.
No, I got banana pudding though, and like as I'm eating, I'm like, it was like 3 bites in. I was like, hey, what the fuck? I just ate like 6 bananas 2 nights ago. Why am I eating more bananas?
Now.
Yeah. I love banana pudding, but I wasn't. They had other desserts. I don't know why. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. I've had my fill of bananas this week.
I mean, I
think
morning. I think the audience got you, man. They've got you addicted. And you have no idea.
What was the fucked up thing is next day, yesterday, Cole and I streamed for 12 hours. We started at noon. We were supposed to do Mario Kart at noon, and Milby couldn't make it. So I was like, let's play PUBG for a little while. And we started, and we just went into our normal end time. So we played for 12 hours. And halfway through, he's like, man, I'm so hungry. And he just had bananas on his desk from the day before. So he's just eating bananas there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, haven't you had enough bananas? But then here I am today eating bananas. They did make me very gassy the next day, and my girlfriend was showing up at 8 o'clock in the morning with a whole bunch of flowers to plant in my flower bed, and we haven't been dating long enough to like just let it go, you know. And so I'm just sitting here, my stomach's like, so I kept like going, and I'm like, I need more water. And I'd go inside and just be like, and then go back out.
What was that like again in the bed?
It was the most explosive gas I think I've ever had. It was just like
it sounded like your gas had enough weight to it to make a splash in the water.
It was very rough.
So let me talk to you about the way the body excretes things, dude. I'm not sure you understand what the term gas means.
You know, because so after last night, I read after Sunday night, I googled like symptoms of like too many bananas, basically.
Symptoms of too many bananas.
I was curious, like, wait, is there anything I should know?
What are the symptoms of too many bananas? Symptom 1, eating too many bananas.
Well, you know, there's all these wives' tales. Because originally, whenever we were talking about eating bananas, was like, well, they're radioactive and all this. And he's like, you're not supposed to eat. And so I Googled all this like a few days before, but I didn't Google like symptoms. It was just like, are bananas radioactive? And like apparently they are, but you have to eat like 1,000 of them. Also, potassium overdose is a thing, but again, you have to eat like 1,000 of them. So there's people that say if you eat more than 6 bananas in a day. Do you ever watch Carl Pinkleton, the guy, the Idiot Abroad? You familiar with that?
Yes. Was he one of the judges on one of the
on what?
One of the judge on one of the cooking shows where they had to like mentor a person, and it was like 4 of the chefs each had teams of mentors that they were trying to win at the end.
I could have been. I don't know. He's not a chef though. He's just an idiot.
This guy was a chef. Never mind.
Oh no. Yeah, this is the guy that does like stuff with Ricky Gervais a lot, and he did a whole series called Idiot Abroad, where Ricky Gervais just sent him around the world at places, and he was just like in one of them he was in like Thailand or something, and they're like eating bugs, and he was just it's probably one of the funniest scenes of the whole show. He's like, so I don't get it, like if you wake up in the morning there's like a spider in the bathtub, are you like, a spider, or are you like, cool breakfast, like what do you do? You'd actually probably enjoy it. It's pretty funny. He's a funny guy. But apparently he's on one of their podcasts. He was one of the people that was like, you can get potassium overdose if you eat more than so many bananas. And he's super serious about it. And so, but no, it's not a thing. But apparently it causes constipation and migraines and some things like that if you eat too many bananas.
Sounds
I didn't
like
have
you
any
had
of those
the
symptoms.
Complete opposite of that as well.
Oh, I definitely did, because not only was I very gassy, but the next night I had a very good bowel movement, and it was like, man, those bananas, they really moved me. So, yeah, definitely had the opposite effects of any of that. I didn't have any migraines or anything.
How many did you eat total?
Well, so we tried to start on Friday, and my internet went out, which I got new business internet. Well, it's not even new. It's been like 6 months, and I haven't had any problems. It's been perfect. I mean, you saw my stream tonight. I've been streaming it like 8 megs a second up to Twitch even. So it's been great. But Friday night during the sellout stream, it went out like 10, 15 minutes into it. But I'd already eaten a banana at that point, and then 6 more on Sunday night. So I ate 7 bananas basically.
That doesn't sound like that many to me.
It's a lot in one sitting, I'll say.
My son could do it.
He probably could.
He loves bananas.
It's potassium poisoning.
Junkie. His heart's going to be either really healthy or terribly over potassium.
He's going to get migraines. I guess we'll have no cramps.
That's probably true. We will not have cramps if that works. I wonder, he eats everything. I guess we haven't really figured out if something specific that he eats ever, gives him better or worse, bowel movements, etc. Now I'm curious, what are the foods that are actually negatively affecting his bowel movements? 'Cause I have no idea. He just eats everything that he can get his hands on.
Yeah, that's how my daughter always was. We never did find anything she didn't want baby food wise. So I was lucky with that, and she's still that way. Honestly, just got lucky, I guess. But it's weird. Like some things that she really liked as a kid, she no longer like. She was always into like applesauce, and now she hates it. So yeah, some things just really liked and grew out of or something. I guess everyone does that though. Remember when I was a kid, I refused to eat mayonnaise. Anything mayonnaise related, I wanted nothing to do with. And now it's like, man, where's my mayonnaise?
Interesting.
Did you have things that you hated as a child and then as an adult you do like?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I did not like things like broccoli. No, actually, no, I like Brussels sprouts, which I really like now. Did not like those as a child.
Do you think it was because people didn't know what the fuck they were doing with Brussels sprouts? Anyone that ever cooks frozen Brussels sprouts are just doing a terrible disservice to everyone.
Well, and I also think it has to do with there's kids' TV shows growing up. Like, it's always the big staple about, nobody, ew, Brussels sprouts, and ew, liver and onions, type of deal.
Right.
So maybe it was just that I had been trained from TV to not like them and didn't really give them a try. I'm not sure. I used to hate asparagus, and now I love asparagus.
Yeah, I used to not like fresh asparagus. Even like, young adult, I didn't like fresh asparagus. I liked it canned, like in a casserole or something like that, but I never liked it fresh. But now asparagus is good no matter how it comes.
I guess there's things that I used to love as a kid that I wouldn't be caught dead eating as an adult, though. Like bologna and ketchup sandwiches. That was like all-time favorite, man, when I was a kid.
Really?
Bologna and ketchup sandwiches. So, that's all I ever wanted. And
wow.
Seems pretty disgusting now, doesn't it?
Yeah. All that. I mean, yeah. Bologna. I mean, yeah. The other day I went to Subway and they were out of like everything, and so I ended up getting the cold cut combo, which is basically bologna. And it was pretty awful. I was like, man, I haven't had bologna in so long.
I don't mind bologna itself. Well, I wouldn't want to eat bologna alone. I'd want to eat bologna with like another product, but not with ketchup. Bologna and ketchup just like not.
I still occasionally make fried Spam sandwiches. So I still buy Spam from time to time in the grocery store, and I like frying it and make sandwiches, which is basically a bologna in a brick.
I don't understand the concept of olive loaf. And I always had friends who had olive loaf sandwiches during like school lunches, and that's like bologna on disgusting steroids.
Yeah, I mean, I like olives. Well, not black ones. I'm not racist. But I like green olives, but I wouldn't want them cut up in my bologna. It is weird to me. I don't understand that.
I hate olives.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, especially the black ones.
No, just I hate all olives equally. I'm not a racist against my olives. Just hate them all equally.
That's funny.
Oh, witch just spawned in the distance as we were sleeping.
Of course she did. Damn bitch.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day about things I did in high school, and I used to go every day before work. That's why I was working third shift. Every day before work, I would go by Burger King and get a double Whopper every single day. I know, right? And this was whenever I weighed 160, 165. Was like I never went over 165 all through high school. But every fucking day I had a double Whopper, and then every night during my lunch break, I guess is what it was when I worked third shift, I would go to Denny's and I would eat chicken strips and fries. And so my diet consisted of Burger King Whoppers and chicken strip with fries, and that's what I ate for at least like over a year. I probably was closer to 2 years straight. That's what I ate every single day. And Mountain Dew. I drank Mountain Dew. And I couldn't stand any of these things at all now. Like none of those things are something I want. Last time I tasted Mountain Dew, it's been years, but it was just the most awful drink. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the comments that are just like, you're totally wrong. But
I think Mountain Dew, I always have thought Mountain Dew was pretty disgusting. My mom and my sister still drink Mountain Dew like it is the only drink that exists on the planet.
That was Dr. Pepper in Texas.
That was Dr. Pepper for me as well when it came to soda, actually. Until they changed the freaking flavor. And the ones with the little 23 on the can now, those are terrible. They taste like dust in your mouth.
Huh. Huh. I haven't had any soda other than like the Coke with a mixed drink, and I don't even know how long it's been.
Yeah, I don't drink soda much anymore either. It's so funny. Like I've gotten in general my eating habits. I have gotten way better since when I was younger. Granted, I drink alcohol a lot more now, like beer and stuff. But my eating habits and my drinking, I used to drink like sodas constantly. And by the way, they're pop where I come from. But
I remember the first time I heard that. It was some guy working on our house, and he was like, he told me, "Don't you mean pop?" And I'm like, "What are you saying to me?" Basically, I was just a kid and did not understand.
Yeah, I used to drink sodas constantly, and all of a sudden, I don't drink it anymore, and I get fat. I stopped working at McDonald's, and I get fat. Like the concept doesn't make any sense to me.
That's the thing that frustrates me is people talk about weight loss and they're like, well, first thing you need to do, Jason, is cut all your sodas out. My doctor told me this. I don't remember, when I don't see this. I changed my doctor soon after this because it really frustrated me because he's like, you just need to cut the sodas out. And I'm like, I don't drink soda. And he's like, sure you don't. But really, if you just cut the sodas out, it's going to make a huge difference. And I'm like, but I don't drink sodas. Like, what about the other sugary drinks you drink? I'm like, I drink unsweet tea and water, and that's all I drink. He's like, no, I know you're drinking something else. And that was last time I ever went to that man. That was also the man that whenever Crystal got pregnant, we told him that we thought she was pregnant. He was like, I don't really think you're pregnant. And she's like, well, I kind of want to get a pregnancy test. And he was like, no, it's probably just your thyroid acting up again. You're definitely not pregnant. And he just he wouldn't give her a pregnancy test. So that was last time. Yeah.
And then he went to the dollar store and...
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, at that point, we had already had we had taken 2 pregnancy tests.
That were
so we'd already done both positive. So we just went to the doctor to get, an official one, and he wouldn't give her one. Said that, no, you're not pregnant.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't be practicing anymore.
It's my grandma's doctor still. She still goes to him. And
Oh, so he's the one that wrote these DNR orders.
No, well, yeah, she did go see him. Yeah. I mean, the attorney actually wrote the order, but yeah, we did go see him to talk to him and get his opinion on it all too. But
yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, when I worked at McDonald's, man, I lost so much weight, and all I did was eat McDonald's.
I've read that people that work out or whatever, the calories from going to McDonald's is no worse than a protein shake after doing whatever you're doing.
I mean, it's possible. Well, granted, you start to learn how to. Not that I was looking for healthier things, but I don't know. You don't have much time to eat when you're there at McDonald's when you're working at a busy store like I was, and you're constantly on your feet for many hours a day, running back and forth doing stuff. So it's actually physical activity, and I don't mean oh, my heart's racing at 150 beats a minute because I'm getting this workout, but you're just constantly moving. And now when I stopped working at McDonald's, what did I do? I went to a job that I sit in a desk. Sit at a cubicle. There's a huge difference with standing on your feet all day and sitting in a cubicle all day.
Right. I think that's why I lost so much weight when I was in high school, was I was working at Shoney's and just busting ass every night, running the salad bar. Even though I'd go to work stoned, and I would go to the walk-in freezer or cooler, freezer, and I would just stand there and eat food that was left over from the breakfast buffet and stuff, and then I'd go hang out on the fry line or whatever, all the fried foods were at, and just kind of stand there, talk to the cook, and eat fries. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of fat people that work in the food industry as well.
Sure.
But there's also plenty of skinny ones with really poor diets who.
Well, I also think that in that time of our life, your body's metabolism is probably more active too. Whenever you're in the teens.
That's probably true. I was definitely younger with a better body. I hadn't ruined it all yet. It was still trying to work for me, thinking I was gonna let it stay alive forever.
Where are you at?
I'm digging the second layer.
Okay, so we're both still doing the opposite thing.
Yeah, basically. I was gonna start going at the top. Oh, Jesus Christ! Since you said that, I looked back and I saw something green coming up to me, and I assumed it was you, and I just didn't pay attention. It's all these zombie walking in, attacking me with stuff. When I realized what it was a jump scare. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm still digging the opposite direction, basically. It doesn't seem that wide.
No, it's way deeper than it is wide.
We just need to. We're gonna have to make it a square. So eventually, it's gonna be really. I can't imagine actually making it a square. Couldn't you do this with like a command block or something? Can you run a command to do this?
I mean, it would just be like fill this area with. You'd have to do like multiple command blocks because you want it to layer down, but you just fill it with.
So you can't do like a loop where it counts to 7 and then goes and down or whatever.
Well, now I think you can. I think there was a new update into Minecraft a while ago that lets you basically tell the command block. You can tell it to look at an external file, and you can embed multiple commands into that external file. So it just runs it all from a command block.
Okay.
So in theory, you could pretty easily. Why are you thinking about cheating? Let's do it.
No, I'm not. I was
spawn
just
in the command block. Let's get it done.
I was thinking, how would Seth Bling do this? And I was thinking that he probably would not have a pick in his hand while he did it.
Yeah, that is definitely true. And how would Guude do this if this was a different server? It would be a turtle. Then we could program turtles and see whose is more efficient.
Yeah. No, a turtle would be great. It'd be kind of interesting to see how fast it would. It would be much faster, that's for sure.
It would be faster than doing it by hand. It would still take a hell of a long time. Because
but you could have multiple turtles too.
Oh yeah, if you got like one turtle per layer, that would be kind of cool.
I'm curious how long it would take a turtle to do this. You know the guy Daniel Radcliffe, the guy that made Computer Craft.
Harry Potter. Gotcha.
He hates that joke a lot. I made the mistake of bringing it up one time, and he was like, "Don't ever say that."
I'm like, sure you were the first one who ever.
No, no, I definitely wasn't. He hated it. In fact, I think that's the only reason why I know his name. There's many people that I could never remember their name that that's have met through doing all this stuff, and I'll never remember their name. But man, I'll always know his first and last name. But apparently he worked for Frontier, the guys that made Planet Coaster.
The airlines?
No. The people that made Planet Coaster. And he was tweeting about Jurassic World the other day. And I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know you went to work for them. And apparently he worked for them and then left to do Minecraft stuff and then has gone back now because of the Jurassic World stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. He released his own game at some point, too. I don't know if you knew that.
I mean, was it a Minecraft?
It was like Turtles in space. Those like little programmable. I'm probably doing a terrible job because I never actually played it. He sent me a copy. I never got around to checking it out.
Was it like a real game or was it a Minecraft map?
No, it was nothing like Minecraft at all.
Okay, it wasn't like a Skyblock or something like that.
No, it was a game. It was like
game.
There was like these little programmable turtles, basically.
Turtles in space.
Yeah. There was, and you think you were in space? Like I think you were at least.
Isn't there a Turtles in Space like TMNT Turtles in Space?
There was Turtles in Time, and there's a level that's in space.
Time, that's it.
Yep, Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo has a space level. Yeah, that's the last stage. I think it's stage 9. Not the last stage before the last stage.
Yeah, if it's programming turtles in space, yeah, man, give it a shot. I
should look at it again to see how off I am about what that game is.
When we're done with this series, we should do like coding challenges against each other on like live streams.
What would we be like? What would we be coding?
Have you ever seen a guy named Daniel Schiffman? He has he's like a professor at a university in New York, but he does live streams a lot on coding, just teaching you how to code in mainly P5.js, which is like a graphical heavy version of JavaScript. It's meant to be used with drawing with the canvas a lot more than anything else. It's just JavaScript with just different types of libraries that you can use for it. But when I first got into watching him, what he used to do all the time was coding challenges, and he would try to give himself like, I'm going to program the game Snake in 20 minutes in P5.js, like set go. And he just tried to start like seeing how far he could get in 20 minutes with it. And he stopped really doing coding challenges, quote unquote, anymore, like with a time limit, because he never like made the time limit and he always still wanted to finish the project. So he'd just keep going, like get it finished. But I was like, that'd be cool if we could just find a random programming language and I'm gonna just battle somebody. The chat throws out a topic we agree on, and we just start going and see how long it takes, who can get there first.
God, I don't know if I could do that. It's been so long since I've programmed. I'm in bed, by the way. Yeah, I'd feel real dumb with people watching, because like a lot of stuff that I know how to do.
You'd be looking at like Google or stock.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Pyro code because he did some of his for work coding stuff on Twitch, and it seemed like he got real dumb basically, and he was constantly looking stuff up and like looking to chat to help and that sort of thing with stuff that I think he probably knew and just felt like there was too many eyes on, sort of thing.
I honestly also think that a lot of coders just use Google all the time, or Stack Exchange, or whatever, because there's so many nuances that people do that
I have a hard time. Whenever I've tried to use other people's code, sometimes I have a hard time understanding why they did something a certain way, and I'm sure their way was better than whatever I ended up with. But I am not saying I didn't do a lot of the Googling thing too, because I definitely did. But a lot of times I would look to see how someone did it and then still write it my own way, because so I could understand my own code, sort of thing.
Yeah. I used to copy and paste people's codes when they would give examples of how to do something, get their code to function. Then I'd go through it to figure out what the hell it actually did and rewrite it myself as well in a way that I knew what it meant.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
One of the things I always did too was I reused my own code a lot. I'm sure everyone does. In fact, I saw a little image on Reddit earlier today about there was like 2 platforms, and on one platform was old project, and there was this guy. He's like, start a new project, and then he goes over and starts grabbing boxes off the old project crate to like put it on the new project, basically. So I feel like I did a lot of that, where it was like, all right, I know how to do, like, I'd make all these functions for certain things and then just reuse them in like multiple programs.
I mean, once you got the foundation, why would you have to read? Why do you redo it?
Right.
But we could also just go onto a modded server and have turtle fights.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I wonder, there was a guy that was making this game. I saw it at a convention where it was like the BattleBots type game, but it wasn't done yet. And that looked really cool. Like, I wish there was a good BattleBots game. And I know this isn't what you're talking about. But it'd be really, I would love if we lived closer together to make actual BattleBots.
That would be sweet.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I would love to do if I had people that lived closer by to do that sort of thing with.
I'm trying to think of how do you do an electronic true BattleBots like this game that this guy was trying to do? Because then aren't you really just kind of, you limit people to the top tier that they can really get to anyway, because it's all
programmed in,
or programmed in on what you can have, and like, can you really do that effectively?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's never going to be. It's one of those things that you can't ever program to be as good as the real thing.
Yeah, it's not like I can program this idea that nobody'd ever thought of before that's going to be revolutionary, because it still has to work within the game. Right.
It's kind of interesting to see like the guys from Mythbusters, like Grant and Mahara and stuff. That's basically how he started out. That's how he became known to the people at Mythbusters, was in BattleBots.
Such a good BattleBot builder.
Yeah,
and they got rid of BattleBots, didn't they? They don't do that anymore.
They did I think it's back though, but I could be wrong. Do you remember like a year or two ago there was all this hype around this Mech Warrior fight that ended up being basically a total nothing?
I don't at all.
Ah, man, it was.
I feel like I would have been really into watching something like however that sounds to me of what I think it is.
It was super hyped up to be the stream. I think it was even on TV too. And then the whole thing ended up being like scripted, and no one expected that from it. And it had all these viewers, and then it was just like a total letdown. Oh no, I don't remember what it was called now.
Was that when Michael Phelps swam against a shark? You mean that one?
I did not know anything about this.
Dude, so they were hyping up for one of the Olympics, the Summer Olympics 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago now, whatever it is, that Michael Phelps was going to do the most daring thing ever and try to swim faster than a shark. He was racing a shark. Or was it for the Olympics, or was it just for the beginning of Shark Week? And when it finally came to it, what it was him swimming in a pool, and then they overlaid like a shark of where he would be in relation to a shark if a shark were swimming in the water.
Okay, that sounds really dumb.
Oh, people were so angry.
At least they should have had a shark in one lane and Michael Phelps in another, like swimming or something. Like a CGI shark does not cut the mustard here.
But I mean, I don't know if you could really force the shark to stay in his lane.
Right.
You just blow your whistle and give him a
No,
fault
I mean
and he'll
like
start over.
separated by glass or something, so that they're not. So the shark can't eat Michael Phelps, but they should both at least be swimming in real life, sort of thing. But yeah, no, that sounds. So who won, the digital shark or Michael Phelps?
I don't remember. I want to say the digital shark did by like a teeny bit, but I personally didn't watch it, nor was I hyped about it. I just saw the after effects that people were not happy with it. And
I can understand that. I'd be pretty disappointed too.
yeah, I didn't pay a damn thing. I just sat down on my TV to watch a grown man race a shark. How dare you give me this bullshit?
Shark Week is like the most overhyped thing on television, I think.
I mean, I would completely agree. I used to think Shark Week was truly like this real thing that, I mean, it's a real thing, but I thought when I didn't really understand what Shark Week was, I thought people were like, I just can't wait to watch a week's worth of sharks on like the Discovery Channel. I didn't realize that it was a lot of like fake stuff and comedy. And
yeah. Well, yeah, like a lot of the stuff they put it off as factual. And it's not. Like, there's all these movies and stuff, like, making sharks out to be these awful creatures and stuff.
Like Sharknado?
Yeah, I'm sure that gets played during Shark Week on the Discovery Channel, but not that particular one. I mean, there's some that, like, appear even to be documentaries that aren't.
Yeah, that's when I first heard. I think you're the one who told me that it was, like, there was fake documentaries, and that's what kind of... Because I never watch anything about Shark Week.
It's just, like, it's putting people in this perception of sharks are these evil creatures when really there's not that many shark attacks. I'm not like some like shark activist either, to be honest here. I'm coming across like this big, like I got fucking signs, I'm ready to protest at a moment's notice.
I mean, do we like go killing a bunch of sharks?
Well, some countries do, that's for sure.
But we don't.
I don't think. I don't think you do.
You and I. We personally don't. Do we do it? I have to ask you because I don't know if I personally go and hunt sharks or not.
I mean, I've never been with you while you hunted sharks, so as far as I know, you're not a shark hunter.
That's good
on the other list of things that Jeff does, shark hunter does not make the list.
I mean, it would be kind of cool to add that to my repertoire.
And shark hunter.
And shark hunter.
I mean, it depends on who you're telling it to, because some people would be really upset with you if you were a shark hunter.
Yeah, but you know what? Anybody who doesn't agree with me, fuck those guys. Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to plant all this stuff. I've been like picking this shit and planting and spreading.
I'm digging the second tunnel. The second, and I'm at Y39.
Yeah. But I mean, each time it'll get shorter because I'm digging across as you go. So your starting point will get shorter. But I mean, we still got to fix this first, all these other tunnels too, because you left the roof on.
Yeah, the roof's on, and there's not dirt underneath at all.
Yeah, and the ocean hits at some point too, so it's going to get messy at that point too. For real. We almost should have picked a spot that was in the plains for a greater distance than we did, because the ocean is probably going to be the most horrific part of all of this.
Yeah. Hopefully it runs right into an ocean monument.
So we can add to like the things that we're doing.
Oh,
we can
Jesus
farm.
Christ. Again, this fucking zombie. It's so monotonous work. I wasn't even like looking at the screen anymore. I was glancing at the baby monitor, and like I look back and he's just in my face.
I wonder how far this ocean goes. I wonder if we get lucky and like at least it won't be big, but it doesn't look like it. I'm kind of swimming over here now, and this is a mess that we have in front of us.
Did you find out where I was at in the? Hold on. Like, where are you at in the Z direction?
Okay. I'm still kind of on the edge of the ocean here. Negative 3,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You're on the edge of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll tell you the good news soon. We started this conversation. I was already past that, and I'm just still walking.
Oh God.
So count 240 blocks from that point.
Oh God.
And see how deep does that ocean look?
It looks deep. I don't have enough food to move fast, so I'm not gonna actually go out there. But that's some deep ocean.
240.
Jesus, we messed up. And it looks like if we just gone to the, maybe we should start over. If we just gone the other direction just a little bit, we'd have been in better shape.
Well, we almost maybe shouldn't keep it all open to air.
No, we got to though. I know that sounds awful because of the ocean, but it would be so cool.
It would be pretty cool.
I mean, you know, we got to make content here. We're gonna be. This series is going to 2020, y'all.
Well, but I mean, let's be honest though. If you want to go real crazy by that logic, why do we even need to limit this to one layer?
What are you saying? Underneath it, go with another layer?
Yeah.
Now that's pure insanity.
But that would be the ultimate thing that would max out.
I mean, if that's the case, we should basically be digging from here to bedrock all the way and then rebuilding almost.
Almost, but not quite. Because really, instead of digging out, once you get a layer done, I can dig down, like 3 blocks and then start digging this exact same tunnel again?
That's crazy.
Then dig down 3 blocks, dig this exact same tunnel again? I'm just saying, like, you want this thing open to air because of how cool it's going to look, right? Well, how much cooler would it look if it was every single layer?
Oh, I'm just thinking from like the top down look. Because you won't be able to see all the every single layer. But you'll be able to see.
When you come into this thing from the side, you don't see it from the top down.
Okay, that's true. Honestly, with the render distance the way it is, we're not going to be able to see from top to bottom. We're not going to be able to see from here all the way down to where it ends as it is.
I'm basically trying to tell you that your idea is just as crazy as mine, so...
No!
I think it is, and that was my whole point, was it's pretty freaking crazy.
Well, we'll let the viewers decide. Which of us is right? Or both of us? Leave your comments in the comments section.
What about which one of us is crazy or which one we should go with? Because
which one we should go with?
Those are two different questions.
I think people are going to say that we should go with my idea for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. They know this other one's way more work. They're definitely going to say, go for the multiple layers.
Well, they're going to say both, probably. God, the zombies, what has happened?
It's a busy place.
They're
checking out the build, trying to decide which one's crazier.
All right. Well, we're out of time for today, so we'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys. See ya. Watch out behind you.
That's where?
I don't know. I thought I saw a creeper, but I wasn't really sure. So I figured I'd just say that.